Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Leah. I do a lot of home decor and lifestyle videos, and for today's video I wanted to do a sit down where I talk about all of the first things that we want to do to this house. So this is going to be kind of like a home vibes introduction and also all of our ideas and inspirations and a lot of Pinterest. This is all about our first home together. We just got this house. We've been here about a month now, and we definitely want to make some changes. And I also just want to preface this saying nothing is set in stone right now. This is all just the initial ideas from us first looking at the home and now being in here for a month. These are just things that we kind of want to change, but who knows? But let's just get right into this video. For the dining room, I think that's probably where we'll start first, most likely, because we definitely need a dining room table. We don't have anything right now, so we've been eating like on the couch, or we have a card table that we've been sitting at, but like we need a dining room table. Jordan wants to make one at his work on a CNC and actually like cut out pieces. I'm thinking a light wood table, definitely something with like the light and airy, not like an orange and not like a dark, but something a little bit more neutral with black chairs. Either find some around here like a nice little set and paint them, or maybe go to IKEA because IKEA is affordable, and I have ones in my cart now that I'm like pretty into, but it just kind of depends on what we find and what we like. And then one of the main things is we want to paint the walls white because right now they are this color brown and they're so gross. Hate them. I don't know why they did this, but for some reason they used very flat roofing nails for any sort of picture, and I mean they had hundreds of them in the house everywhere. And so everything is spackled right now, but we haven't painted. So I definitely want to cover up all of those holes and all of the spackle spots because right now it's just like an awkward. I also drew some pictures on Procreate with the like pictures that we took or that were from the listing agent. I pulled them into Procreate and I drew on top of them, so I will also include that. I also wanted to do some sort of accent wall. I did it on the longer wall thinking that would be really cool to put our pictures on it. I'll show a picture here. That wall goes all the way down the hallway, and I would really not want to paint it black or do shiplap all the way down the hallway wall. I don't think that'll work. So I was thinking maybe switch it over to the smaller wall. I think that would be really cool because then it would be behind us, and then we could put the white one or the black and white pictures on the white wall, and it would kind of tie that whole space together. And then definitely I want to switch out that fan because I hate it. Instead of like the stone dark floors that we have right now, I want to put like a rug down. Next, I think we want to tackle the linen closet. I want to get this done as soon as possible because right now it's not the best storage. It's kind of awkward shelving. They didn't really measure anything or figure out, so they're just like, they're awkward spaces. You can't really fit anything in there, and they're made with like the crappiest wood possible. Everything in this house was pretty much just like halfway done and just not finished. So I definitely want to rip those out and put nicer ones in that are more sturdy so they don't like wiggle. I want to paint some sort of like neutral grayish inside. I don't think I want to do white. I think I want to put kind of like a neutral color in there, and then I want to do the door as well, so that'll be a whole nice little look, and I think it will be really nice with light wood shelving. And then get some sort of like pop light. There's no upper lighting anywhere in these rooms, but every closet has one, but that linen closet doesn't have one, and it really bothers me because it's actually really dark in that little closet. Have a remote and turn it on when you're looking for something. Next, I think we want to do the living room, and for that we definitely want to paint the walls white again. Pretty much everything I want to paint white and then add on top of it. For the front door, I want to repaint it because if you open it up, you can tell that they didn't sand it down or remove like the, I forget what it's called, but it's like the film on top of a door. They just painted black over it, so that is peeling away, and it's a shiny black, and I hate shiny black. I hate it. I definitely want to strip that and then paint it matte black once it's nicer out. Right now it's too cold, so I just don't think it'll be really nice. And then on the inside of that, I want to paint that an accent color, grayy white, as the trim and the door color, because I hate all these doors. I hate the color of the trim. It's a very cherry color, and I'm not a cherry wood person. It's a little too red for me, and everything in here is like very red, and I hate red and brown. I just don't want it at all. Definitely one of the first things we want to be able to afford is to switch out our couch, because right now the chaise, or however you say it, is on the wrong side. I want room on the other side for the window so I can go over to the window and open the curtains. So I definitely want to get a couch that is flipped and then maybe not as big, and then get an accent chair for the corner next to the window and have like a little table for that. I think that would be a much better like layout. I think that would be really nice. And then on the wall next to the couch, I really want to do a bookshelf ladder. I think that'll be really pretty. That'll use the space there really nicely as well. I kind of want the living room to be more zen and more relaxing, because since we have 2 living spaces, we can have more fun with the other one. So I don't know how to say their last name, but it's like Lepotsky Life or something. I'll leave a link here and in the description, but they did board and batten with an art shelf behind their couch in their living room, and it's gorgeous. I love it. I want to do something very similar, not exactly the same, but pretty much almost identical to that, because I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. I think it would be perfect. It adds texture to the wall now, instead of doing like a crazy color or anything where you have to like work around it. And then one of the main things we need to do right away is to get either DIY or thrift or buy TV cabinet credenza thing for underneath the TV, because right now we are using our old coffee table and it's just an eyesore. It bothers me a lot. I want to hide everything in it, but I think that would be really nice to just put something there that fills the space. And so we either like an IKEA hack like everybody does, or maybe Jordan can build it himself, or I can find something at the thrift store and thrift it, because I think that would be pretty cool. And then instead of putting our coffee table back, I think it's too dark for the space to begin with, and we have a brown couch right now. I'm just using everything that we were given, so it's brown everywhere, and I want to get a light wood or maybe a marble. I'm not sure yet, but I love to just have a piece of marble here and there. And for me, I would love to have a marble coffee table and a round one so that it can kind of utilize the entire space. But I think that would be really pretty, and I really want to do a DIY, but I don't know. And then another thing we need to do is upgrade the curtains. We ran out of these ones. We like grabbed all of theirs that were this color because I really like these, and they didn't have any more, so I was like, maybe these other ones will work. They're metallic. They're not even a gold. They're like a metallic-y off gold color. They're so stiff, like you go to open them and they just stay in place and move over, and so they're just not great. I want to get smart plugs for all of our lamps so that we don't have to use the switches. The way the switch is in the living room is it's all the way inside the living room instead of walking in, and it's around the corner. And then maybe DIYing some small side tables for the couch would be really nice. Something that's like skinny and not going to take up too much space. Something more mid-century. For the laundry room, I definitely want to upgrade this. This is one of the places that has the least amount going on with it and the most that I could do with it. So first of all, I want to tear everything out, like the shelf, and like pull everything out and paint the room. I want to do either wallpaper for me, or I can just paint like a texture onto it. I think that would be kind of cool so that it just has a little bit of a difference to it. I want to put like 2 cabinets on either side hanging, and then put a shelf in between. I think that would be really nice. Maybe like 2 shelves. And then behind the washer and dryer, I want to put something, I'll insert a picture of what I'm talking about, but basically like a double shelf that is screwed in on the sides that can be taken out so that it's not blocking airflow and it's not unable to get behind it if we need to in a pinch. And I definitely want to do something with the doors. I'm not going to tell you exactly because I have an idea and I'm very excited about it, and I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. Moving on to the main bath, this is a tiny bathroom that I want to do some things with. So first of all, one of the things I want to do is remove the bad tile job because it is terrible. Why they thought this was a good idea, and I don't know how they did it this way and thought it looked good, because to me, I'm like, it's very half-assed again. Everywhere they messed up, they just filled in with caulk. It's like slightly off and it just bothers me so much. So I definitely want to rip that off and then either do stick-on for now or put new tile on. I might want to update the vanity. I'm not sure because it was just purchased. It wasn't built for the space. Definitely want to paint the walls white because I'm pretty sure they're also brown because everything in this house is the same color brown. I want to put some storage shelves above, like floating shelves above the toilet, just to have like cute decor and a little bit of storage that I want to use here and there. In every room specifically, but bathrooms, I definitely want to upgrade all of the hardware to matte black. So like the towel holder, the faucet. I hate the faucets, they're awful. And then for the guest bath, I want to update the vanity because right now I hate it. Like, I genuinely, I'm gonna live with it for as long as I have to, but I genuinely hate it. I don't know what it is, but the way they made it was very wrong, because the center is the drawers and that's where the sink is. So the top, like the 2 drawers you can't use because that's where the sink is, and then the bottom drawer is like awkward, and then there's doors on either side, so when you open it up you can see everything and you can see that drawer and you can get things out of that drawer, and to me it's just not the way a cabinet is supposed to be built. So I definitely want to upgrade that and maybe put like a light wood in there with a textured some sort of top to it, because I hate the top that is on there now. It is blue. Then the walls I definitely want to paint white again, because they are this color brown and they just don't go in a bathroom. It's not a good look, so definitely brighten up that room. And then the bathtub is blue. That is one of the things that I really want to switch out, and I don't know if I want to rip it out and put a new one in or just paint it white, because part of me hates that bathtub. It doesn't have like a scoop at the back, it's just straight down, so if you're taking a bath it's very uncomfortable, and it's just very old. It doesn't clean very nicely, it shows everything, and I just feel like I could do a different one in there. I want to update the mirror above the vanity, because right now it's kind of an awkward height, so if I'm standing there looking at my pants to see if I have something on the back, I can't see. Again, update all the hardware to matte black. And we have 2 light fixtures, and I think the top one doesn't work. I don't know if the light bulb is out or if it's not actually hooked up and they just screwed one on there for a better look. But then the other one I want to remove and spray paint matte black, because it's not a bad one. It just like the bulbs come out and then it's very silver, so I want to make that matte black. And then the linen closet in the bathroom needs some work. The doors that match the laundry room in there, which we never close, trying to get in there, that door takes up half of the space, so I just want to rip that out and then rip out all of the shelving, because again it matches the linen closet where it's just like the pressed boards together, and it's not a good look, and it's not good for towels to be sitting on that. It just feels dirty, and it's just awkward spacing again. Like, I don't like the way it looks, and it's just very kept and unput together, and it's just very half-assed again. And then eventually I want to switch out the flooring and also switch out the kitchen flooring and make all of the bathrooms and everything match with something much nicer, because right now I hate the flooring. It's like a stone and it has a slight bump texture to it. It's dark, it's not for me. And speaking of the kitchen, I have some opinions about that. Number 1 I want to do is paint the cabinets white, because right now they're just too dark, they're very worn in, and to sand them down you can't stain them with the stain because we don't know what they stain, so it's just easier to just paint it white instead of removing it. And then update all of the pulls to matte black, because right now they are some sort of like rusty color brown. They're not even like a brown, they're just like very old school looking, and they have edges on them that catch everything. So if you have like any sort of loops on you... How did you open that door? So right now if you have loops on you or anything of the sort, they catch and they pull open the cabinets, and it's just very annoying. So I'd rather get like actual nicer pulls that have no edges to them. The tile I hate, it's so ugly, and I don't know if I want to just rip it out or if I just want to put like peel and stick on it and just upgrade that a little bit just to make it look a little nicer for now, until we have the money to completely redo the kitchen. I want to update the countertop right now, because right now it was an orange countertop that they spray painted with some sort of like bumpy texture, and I hate it. I want to definitely brighten that up and get rid of the beige and the browns, and I want to bring more white and light tan beige colors. I think that would be a much better look and more airy and more calming feeling. One of the main things I want to do first is to switch out that faucet, because I hate it. It's so small and the sink is very shallow, and to work with it right now to wash dishes it takes a really long time, because you have to like get under the faucet to rinse everything and then take it back out and flip it over and rinse it again. It's like you can't work things around, so I would rather have something that's taller and more scoop neck. And then I want to do some sort of accent color, some sort of beigey accent color behind the kitchen that extends all the way down that wall, and then the bulkhead as well, so that comes out into the dining room. I think that would be really pretty, and I'll insert a picture of what I'm talking about. Moving on to the bedroom. I definitely want to keep that space kind of more bright and airy as well, but have kind of a bit more color going on with it. I don't know, these are just some ideas I have floating around. I want to paint the walls white, obviously, and then do a board and batten. Again, something very similar to what Lone Fox did in his room. I'll insert a picture of that, but keep the accent color of the light grayish color that I've been talking about, where I'm gonna, like, for the walls and the trim, or for the doors and the trim, I want to do that in the board and batten. I think that would be really pretty. I want to maybe DIY a bed frame. I think a floating bed frame would be really cool, or we can get some sort of metal one, but I really want to do some sort of wooden headboard that's decently thick. Basically, the best place to put the bed is against the window, and I think if we had a thicker bed frame, it would help with the air. And also, a little boy over there, you look so cute, by the way. A little boy over there loves to try to look out the window. Might be a little bit better for us. So if it was like a little bit thicker for him to be able to sit his fat booty on, I think it would work out. He is sunbathing over there and he looks so happy. I want to upgrade the dresser, because right now it is a tall 6 drawer or a tall 5 drawer, and I want to do the 3 and 3 lower drawer. I love the look of those. I think it would fit in the space. We have so much more room than our last room that I'm like, I want to do all the things I've wanted to do. So I have a circle mirror that I've been putting above that dresser, but I want to hang it on the wall in a spot that I can actually see myself in. And then floating nightstands is one of my biggest things that I want to make right now. I want a 2 drawer, small little floating nightstand. I love the look of them. I want one so bad. Every time I look up DIYs, nobody does it the way I'm thinking, so I'm like, I can add to the mix. I can bring something to the table that nobody else has done. I want to do it so bad. Again, I want to find or DIY a TV credenza, because right now we got nothing underneath that TV and it's an eyesore. And then possibly we could even put a bench at the end of the bed, because there's literally so much room in between. Also, we have room to upgrade our bed to a king, and I want to do that, but I don't want to spend the money on a mattress, so any mattress companies want to sponsor me, your girl would love that. I'm also thinking about doing sconces on the sides of the bed, some sort of like plug-in, because right now we don't have any sort of wiring in the walls, which is fine. So some sort of plug-in would be really cool, and I just love the look of sconces. I think that would be really nice instead of like lights on either side. And then next to the mirror in front of the window, I want to do an accent chair. Always wanted an accent chair in my bedroom, and I think it would be really nice, and I want to find a nice little thrifted one. Around here there's not a whole lot of options like that, so I'm gonna try to find that perfect gem that just pops up out of nowhere, either on Facebook Marketplace or at a thrift store, and I really want to do that. I think that would be so nice, and then have like a little lamp next to it for a reading nook. Oh. Also, I want to switch out our bedding to white bedding, because right now it's gray, and I just want to have that nice airy bed feel. And then the last and final room that we want to do is the back room, which is kind of our second living room slash just kind of like a rec room. I love it. I have so many ideas for it. Number 1, paint the walls white. Are you surprised? Right now, the walls in there are wood paneling and not drywall, and to buy the spackle to fill every little spot would be just too much, and to buy drywall would just be too much. So what I'm thinking is remove that stupid trim, because it's like a weird roundish shape, and I hate it so much. And I would put a flat piece of trim all the way around, and then maybe paint that the accent color of the trim that I've been talking about this entire time, and down from there that color, so it's 2 tones of a white. Still playing around with that, not entirely sure if I want to do it. And then for the fireplace, I definitely want to paint that white, and then maybe do some sort of like rough white so that you can kind of see through it, so it's almost like old school industrial look. I think that would be really pretty. And then for the cabinets, either rip out those shelves and redo them, or leave them and paint them black. And then eventually what we want to do is put a TV in that fireplace, put a shelf underneath it. I have a whole drawing, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. Put a nice little like lightwood shelf underneath it, and then a electric fireplace on the bottom. And then this space is very odd, where that's the one side is the room that we come in on from the garage, so we need room to open that door. And then on the other side is the sliding door to go out to the back. So in between, you can't really do any sort of couch besides like a very small love seat. And I'm going to measure and see exactly the space I would be able to do, but I definitely want like seating back there. because it's just like a nice little extra room. So some sort of seating in there would be really nice, and then a small coffee table to put stuff on. And then in the corner on the side of the garage, I want to put an accent chair. And then on the opposite side, that's where we are going to have our little like karaoke station. So it's like a nice little seating area with the karaoke would be really nice. And then on the wall next to the sliding doors, I want to put a bigger white cabinet that is going to house Obi's litter box. I think that would be really nice with just like a hole on the side so he can pop in there, and then the doors open so that I can get in there and nothing on the top, so I can use the top as like a normal catch-all cabinet. I think that would be really pretty. I want to upgrade the curtains in there and hang them higher and wider, and right now the curtains aren't even wide enough, so there's like slits that they just don't cover, which bothers me, and they're just, again, they're hung exactly to the doors, so I really want to elongate that and make it bigger and taller. I'm also possibly thinking of a mini little cabinet in between the garage door and the laundry doors. Something that when I come in, I can just set my keys down on immediately. I need something there, and I think that would be really cute. The Sorry Girls did something recently for Kelsey's entry room. I'll insert a picture of that. I don't exactly want to do the same thing, but that really is basically what I'm looking for. And I think that is everything that I wanted to talk about to change in this house. 2 rooms I did not talk about are my room that we are in right now, which is going to be my office. I have ideas, but I don't really want to like talk about those right now. And then Jordan's room is his to have fun with, and that's going to be like his studio to make music and just hang out in and all the things. But that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos if you want to. And let me know if you have any questions or any ideas. I would love to hear from you guys. I love reading all your comments. It makes me so happy, and it's just so much fun to see this turn into something. I have been waiting for this for so long, you guys, and now I have a house that I can do fun things with. If you want to see any more home vibes, I will leave that playlist right here for you. If you're interested in my wedding series called Something Blue, I will also have that linked up here and down below for you. But that is going to be the end of this video. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!